Alright guys, so in this video we're talking about the mouse, how to use the mouse. And so this is my mouse. So I will encourage you guys to get a mouse, an external mouse, not to use the one on your laptop because you won't be so conversant with it. And so that's why I will encourage you to get a mouse just like mine. So currently I'm using a wireless mouse and HP wireless mouse, so you can just go and get it, you know, from anyway. So this mouse is basically what I'm using. And for example, I'll show you how you can use this type of mouse and how you can be able to use it very very well. Like I said, the mouse that comes with your laptop is very very difficult to use if you don't know how to use this type of mouse in the first place. So if, as a new guy, using the mouse that comes with your laptop is very difficult to use. So I encourage you to get a mouse like this. You can get a wire, you can get a wireless mouse, or you can get a mouse that uses wire. So any of your choice, but just get a mouse like this. So for this mouse, there are three buttons right here. So we have the left button, we have the center button, and we have the right button. So basically, what we call these things are the left click. So you can hear it is clicking. The scroll wheel, which is this wheel here that we use to scroll, and our right click. So I will show you what these three things do and how you can basically use them. So let's get started. So as you can see now, you can see my cursor moving around the screen, and this is me, just shaking my mouse around and it's moving. So basically, this is what the first uses of the mouse. Just move the mouse everywhere, just move it around the table, and you can see your cursor moving around in the screen. And the next thing too is what this left side of the mouse, which is what we call the left click. So if I say show left click, for example, so if I left click, you can see that it just highlights what this icon, Google Chrome for example. You can see when I left click, it highlights Google Chrome for example, and you can see it's just there. It does not open the application, it does not do anything, it's just so highlight. And another thing too, the right click, so if I right click, it's giving me what options. So this is it. So pay attention very well. Like the difference between the left click and the right click is very very easy. So like I said, the left click is what, if you click on it once, it what selects an icon basically here on the desktop. So on the desktop, on our file management, on our file explorer, it selects whatever you want to select. So if we click on it once, it selects it. But if we right click on anywhere, it gives us options, it gives us this menu of options, as you can see. And if I right click on an application, you can see too, it still gives me what, a menu of options regarding this application. So this is the thing I want you to understand. So when I say right click, I'm telling you that you right click so you can see some options regarding the application or regarding that space you are. So this is what happens when you right click, and you get a bunch of options, while if you left click, you don't get a bunch of options. You just the icon just gets selected, and that is it. Then another thing too with the left click is, if I press my left click and drag it, I get to do what, select multiple things on my screen. You can see I'm selecting this bunch of area, and you can see. So this is another way of selecting multiple items on your screen. So you can just left click. So if I left click and just drag my mouse over, I'm selecting so many things at the same time, instead of me just left clicking on a particular screen. Instead of me just left clicking on a particular icon, I can select more than one icon at the same time. I just left clicking and dragging. You understand? So this is what the left click actually does. So now that we understand that left click is to do what, select an icon, and the right click is to give us options. So how can we open applications on our desktop? So if I want to open an application on my desktop, let's say I want to open Microsoft Word. Now there's what we call double click, meaning I have to click on my left click twice. I don't know if you understand. So I have to click on this left side of the mouse twice for me to do what, open this application. So if I take my cursor there and click on it twice, I'm opening this document. So you can see I've just opened on Microsoft Word by clicking on it twice. So this is what it's all about. So if I close it again and I come to Microsoft Word and I click on it twice, and when I mean twice, I don't mean you should click on it once, you wait again and click on it again. It won't do anything. So when I mean double click, I mean you click it twice, very like 2 times, but you click it very, very fast. So 1, 2, just like that, and it opens. So you click it very, very fast, not just clicking once and waiting to click again. So let's try it again. So I put my cursor here and I click it fast. So 1, 2, you understand? I've just open Microsoft Word. So on that is it about left clicking and how to open application. So another way to open application, if you're finding it difficult on your desktop, is to actually come to the application, put your cursor there, then you right click. So when you right click, you can see what's open right here on the options. And if I click on open, it's basically open this same application. But it's advisable to know how to use the left click. So the left click is to open documents, while the right click is to give you options. And like I said, to open documents on the desktop, you have to right click. You have to left click twice. So you have to click twice, which is called double clicking. If I open my start menu and I want to open an application on my start menu, for my start menu, I don't have to double click. I just have to click once. So this, you can see the difference between the desktop and the start menu. So apart from the start menu where we have to click once, every other places we have to double click to open such application or to open any folder. So if I want to open this folder, for example, now, I just have to do double click. So if you see, when I click it, so if you see you see when I left click, it's just highlighted. But if I want to open it, I'll double click. I'll open it twice, and you can see it opens. And at this File Explorer section, if I want to open this folder again, I have to do double click. So, but if I click on it once, you see it gets highlighted. It doesn't open. It does nothing. But if I want to open it, I double click and it opens this folder. So this is how we open stuff on our Windows. So if I want to come back to this downloads folder, I'll just for this session, I'll just click on it once. But if I want to open this picture, for example, so if I want to open this picture, for example, what I have to do is double click. So if I want to open this picture, for example, if I left click on it once, it's just going to highlight it. But if I want to open it, I'll just double click. So if I double click, it opens this picture. As you can see, it's opening, and this is the picture this is just the picture. So like I said, every other thing, to open applications, to open folders, to open files, you double click. You get it? So you double click to open applications, to open folders, to open files. So double click, you click it twice for you to open anything. You understand? While you right click on any object to give you options regarding that object. So if I close this, an example, and I right click on this picture, it gives me options regarding this picture. So this is one thing I want you to understand. So guys, since you've understand this, how to use the mouse, so if you have any question, just reach out to me and I'll explain to you. And like I said, get a mouse. Just get a mouse. Don't use the one on your laptop. I'm begging you, because it will give you issues. So some laptop doesn't separate the left click and the right click. They are just plain there. So that is why I'm saying you should get a mouse. So when you get the mouse, you'll be familiar with the left clicking and the right clicking and your scroll bar. This is basically what the mouse is all about. So see you in our next video when I talk about how to create folders. I talk about file management. How you can arrange your files in your computer. So see you in the next video. Bye for now.